guys dress in black. Remember that, just in case we have a face-to-face and make contact. The title held by me, MIB, means what you think you saw you did not see. So don't blink, B. What was there is now gone. Black suits with the black Ray-Bans on. Walk in shadow, move in silence. Guard against extraterrestrial violence. It pains me that I wrote that from memory, because now I don't remember my phone number.
Because that's how you get ants!
The first Men in Black movie came from a much simpler time. 1997, when Will Smith doing a tie-in music number was not only expected, it was chart-topping. Where's the Suicide Squad rap, huh? Let's not pretend that movie couldn't have used a comedic music video companion. At that point, Will Smith was Midas. Everything he touched turned to gold. At least until Wild Wild West. iRobot. Shark Tale. Hancock. Will Smith was able to net a good string of dramas in Ali and the Pursuit of Happiness, but funny Will Smith seemed to go out with alien movies. Men in Black was loosely based on a comic book series, but it actually goes further than that. Welcome to Conspiracy Theory Corner! Way back in 1947, after the UFO sighting on Maury Island, Harold Dahl, a witness, claims he was warned not to talk about his experience by a man in a dark suit. Whether or not this was his psychiatrist is still open for debate. In the mid-1950s, ufologists, UFOologists? We'll go with that one, I guess. UFOologist Albert K. Bender claimed he was visited by men in dark suits who threatened and warned him not to investigate UFOs. He thinks they're a secret government organization that are trying to cover up UFO evidence. UFOologist John Keel claimed to have encounters with the Men in Black and said they were demonic supernaturals, which just goes to show if you believe in one conspiracy theory, it's not a large leap to believing everything. So, let's put this out there. The Men in Black, a demonic government organization, killed JFK because he was an alien who's going to come clean. Prove me wrong. And that was Conspiracy Theory Corner. Sony Pictures banked on the good name of the Men in Black franchise with a so-so outing on the Men in Black 2 and what the f*** I just watched in Men in Black 3. I mean, beyond Josh Brolin expertly channeling Tommy Lee Jones to play a young Agent K, I don't remember much of this film. Sony tried to bank on franchise recognition and breathe new life into the series with a Smith-free cast, a global perspective, and all the best special effects that a decade plus after the original could muster. Today we try to find anything nice to say about Men in Black International.
We are the Men in Black.
Fairly obviously, right off the bat, the producers wanted to bank off the on-screen chemistry between Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth that was established in Thor Ragnarok. It's sort of weird. Chris Hemsworth is insanely attractive and can slide into the heroic role very easily. He's even shown that he has excellent comedy instincts, but he can't seem to gain the kind of success you would think Thor would give him access to. Maybe he should just stick with Taika Waititi. So we start out with Hemsworth's Agent H and Liam Neeson's Agent High T facing off against an alien entity known as the Hive atop the Eiffel Tower. Neeson's grizzled older agent is a perfect foil to Hemsworth's young and cocky agent. The film sets up a nice JK-style partnership from the beginning. We see the pair going after the Hive and are left to assume they came out victorious. Another win for the Men in Black, saving the world, and no one will ever know. We cut to 20 years ago to a young Tessa Thompson. Her family's home is invaded by a creature. Her parents are lured outside by the MIB and neuralized while Thompson's Molly helps the alien creature escape. 23 years later, Molly has spent her life trying to find the MIB and get into the organization. There's a montage of her acing all the aptitude and physical tests for various government organizations, but every time she gets to the final interview, she asks to be considered for the other organization to which all the agencies think she's nuts and reject her. She tracks a falling object, which she thinks is an alien spaceship, to a landing site in New York. At first, there's nothing there, but due to some pigeons, she finds there's a holographic projection put in place by the MIB. She follows them back to their headquarters and walks into the elevator. She chats up the guy in the lobby. Frank the Pug makes a cameo, and thank God it's brief because this was one of the worst characters of the original films. Don't at me. She's caught, of course, and interviewed by Emma Thompson's Agent O, who now serves as the head of MIB New York. They take Molly on a probationary basis, which just means she doesn't get a neuralizer, but Will Smith didn't get one in the beginning either, so that kind of seems like maybe it's standard operating procedure. Molly, now Agent M, is dispatched to England because O thinks there's something amiss in the Europe branch. We get a scene of these really cool cosmic-looking aliens that turn into human-looking people, but are actually pretty awesome-looking in their natural state. They're looking to kill a creature named Fungus in order to obtain a weapon. There's a character named Agent C who's sort of Oracle from Batman and Q from James Bond combined, who's pretty obviously built up to be a red herring bad guy. He hates Hemsworth's Agent H because H is lazy and careless. Fungus has specifically requested H as a bodyguard. C gets the line, "We used to protect the world from the scum of the universe. Now it seems we're protecting the scum," which is, actually the most astute observation in this whole movie. There's these murals in High T's office depicting him and H defeating Hive. There's also one of J and K defeating Edgar / the alien cockroach from the first MIB movie, so keep an eye out for that when you're watching. Anyway, M tricks H into taking her with him to bodyguard Fungus. Then it looks like maybe H was just going to use her, pimping her to Fungus. There's an attack from the cosmic aliens. It's really cool looking and a little funny as they keep pulling guns out of hidden compartments on H's car.
We need more firepower. Side view mirror.
What do you want me to do? Throw it at them?
I haven't seen that before.
Fungus reads H's mind and says he's changed. He gives a secret weapon to M and warns her there's a mole in the MIB. Stuff happens. M hides the weapon, though she's not really sure what it is or what it does. They continue to hunt down clues to the identity of the cosmic aliens, which hooks them up with Pawnee, a little green alien voiced by Kumail Nanjiani.
One more step and I'll liquefy your bangs, pretty boy.
Easy, easy. We don't want any trouble.
Do not move.
I mean, so much better than Frank the Pug. Don't at me. Without telling T, C sends a bunch of MIB to retrieve the weapon after he discovers M has it. There's a chase scene. M and H end up in the desert. They open up the weapon and discover it's powered by a star. I mean, it's basically a handheld Death Star laser, so, you know, that was pretty cool. There's this gross alien that masquerades as a beard, like he's all fuzzy on one side but flips over and is a many-legged gross creature, and he steals the weapon and goes to sell it to an alien arms dealer who just so happens to be H's ex-girlfriend Riza. H and M plot a way onto Riza's island. They almost win but end up getting captured. M realizes that Riza's bodyguard is the alien she saved when she was a kid, and he owes her for saving him, so he lets them go. That was sort of touching. I like the fact that an important moment hinges on the kindness of a character rather than how much of a badass they are. The cosmic aliens have caught up to them and say they need the weapon for the Hive. You know, the bad guys from the Eiffel Tower that H and High T defeated. T says the Hive have assimilated the cosmic aliens home, so they're just more of the Hive. The cosmic aliens are going to take the weapon for their alien overlords. There's sort of a celebration for H&M saving the day when they sort of have a realization that H didn't actually save the world from the Hive. They lost. T was assimilated and H was neuralized. There's actually some foreshadowing of this. During the initial fight, the pair stumbled across a man proposing to a woman on the top of the Eiffel Tower. During their fight, H had to neuralize them multiple times.
The tower's closed for repairs.
Oscar on the way down.
Who the hell are you?
Oscar again.
Down on the ground.
It's also foreshadowed when M escapes neuralization as a child. We find out T is going to give the star-powered weapon to the Hive. We go back to the Eiffel Tower. This time M and H are facing off against the CGI monster bug Liam Neeson. Let's be honest, that's pretty par for the course for the MIB franchise. This time, they win. They fire the star-powered rifle into the Hive-made portal, killing the Hive invasion and taking High T with it. Emma Thompson's O comes from the American division to finish the cleanup. There's this beautiful moment where Emma Thompson says T will be missed. And there's so much emotion poured into the way she says that, it's the full acting weight of Emma Thompson brought to bear. Emma's now a full agent and is given her own neuralizer, and H is put in charge of the London office as the interim head of the division. Agent C has a nice moment where he begrudgingly admits he's been kind of a tight ass. Pawnee is left in London to keep an eye on H for M. I feel like there was an emotional arc underneath this, something about the way H's devil-may-care attitude can be traced back to him being neuralized during the confrontation with the Hive. There wasn't very much done here with the unreliable narrator aspect. It's pretty much summed up in that twist with High T, but there probably could have been more hijinks. Men in Black International isn't the best MIB movie out there. While it lacks the humorous antics of Will Smith, there is amazing on-screen chemistry between Hemsworth and Thompson. The consensus seems to be that the Men in Black franchise has little left to offer. While I do think that MIB International suffers from too many climaxitis, I actually think there is a lot more to explore in the MIB universe. I almost wish we had seen more of Molly's pursuit of the MIB. She seems to be pretty knowledgeable on aliens due to her relentless perusal of the tabloids and leads. There's not enough of that story being told. I guess the next question is, when are we going to have movies where the main characters aren't fighting a giant light in the sky? Well, Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson are great together. For all the time they spend together, there doesn't seem to be much character development between the two. Not like we got with Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. Hell, there's more in the relationship between Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum in Independence Day, and they're together for, 10 minutes? Emma Thompson has that emotional moment at the end, and I'm left thinking, what a waste. What a great actor to have at your disposal to add gravitas to your fun little action comedy. The cast of this movie is better than what the final product is. That doesn't mean there aren't some shining moments to pull out of MIB International. It could have been an interesting reboot of the franchise. Considering it was a box office flop, even when you include the international box office, it is unlikely we will see any Men in Black return to the big screen. It would probably take Will Smith coming back to the franchise to see any continued universe film. Men in Black International looks cool, and I'll always have a special place in my heart for Pawnee. It's a fun, quick watch with an excellent cast, even if they aren't used to their full potential. That's all for this episode of Anything Nice to Say. Don't let them wipe your memory, and never be ashamed to like what you like. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Check out our other videos. Head over to Patreon to become a subscriber. You'll get access to exclusives, your name in the credits, and patron-only exclusive content. You can head over to our merch store for merch. You can find my book, Live Like Legends, wherever books are sold. Buy stuff, really, is the main point here. Just go buy things. No, I mean, but it's YouTube, so their algorithm and stuff is yeah, you get it. We all know how YouTube works at this point.